The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Ready, break. 22 needle. Needle blue. Slice blue. Ready.
Throwing first play is Lance. He gets this one to Boyd. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Texans, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The Jaguars at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
He finds McKinnon, complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Ready, set.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
Here we go, set. Cross, 10. Black Ultra. Ready?
Here's Lance to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Fight 60. Chop 17. Cut.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
3.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
52 blaster. Fight 97.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Come on.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Lance looking to throw it. Slant pass to Boyd. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Seal. Black shot. Set.
Now Lance. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Green Jack. Claude Ray.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Down. Trouble 38. Fury yellow. Grill green. Blue, go.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Open man, he's got Jefferson across the formation. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They run here with a 2nd-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Watson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Hey, 31. 36.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. He's got room past the 30. And they're going to get this up to midfield. A huge play there for Houston. 43 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Watson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. From the red zone now, Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Finding Williams on the check down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Back to throw, Watson. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Williams. Touchdown, Houston. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. Throwing now is Lance. Looking underneath, and he finds McKinnon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lance. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. To throw, it's Lance. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Here's Lance. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
Here we go, set. Striker, 3-3. Blaster, 6. Red, yellow. Set.
The Lance going to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
On the ready.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Set. Go.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
52 blaster. Fight. 97. 22 needle. Hey, green.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Ready.
Lance now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get it back here just past the 35. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He will find his man Chase complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Watson looks to throw again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And this one is right down Broadway, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Come on, set.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Watson on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield.
He's got room at the 30.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Here's Watson.
That is caught by Mims.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll try and run. This is Williams. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Williams again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Williams will take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Ready.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Watch out now. 50 Fury. Blue striker. 6. Mega.
Austin, the man in motion left. On 2nd down and 4. Lance. Looking for Austin, intercepted.
Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A.J. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Down.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback. Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
24.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Williams will try again. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Darren Hall.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now Watson, he's going to lead the Texans up to go for 2. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Set, ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Lance going back to the air after the pick 6.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Yellow, grill green, white, needle blue. Go red. Ready.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Set, hut.
2nd and 10.
43 rail. Right blue. Ready.
Working from the gun. Lance. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Ready.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Clock 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
He completes it to Boyd. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first.
Spike 60. Blaster 6. Rail yellow. Smash red. Set.
Desperation time here. Lance.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
He'll get it inside the 20.
Touchdown, Jaguars. Jerick McKinnon, 51 yards.
And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And this is caught. It's Brown.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Jamar Chase.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
And he's going to go down right at the line of scrimmage. The defense left him with nowhere to go, and the try for 2 is denied. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Okay, right?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Red cycle. Hey.
Austin, the man in motion left.
Ready?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Throwing is Lance on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete as well.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go, set. Green jack. Yellow.
Austin, the man in motion left.
Ready.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Myles Garrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Watson. Under pressure, they got him again. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Striker, 3-3, light blue. Blaster, 6. Red, yellow. Smash, red. Cut.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Lance.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise...
And a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Okay, ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Marco Wilson. And the Texans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Texans, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss.